Welcome to The Healing Artist. I'm your host, Frida. Friends, today I was going to share another class recording with you for today's Hump Day Healing, but before we do that, I was going to give you an update on our kitten situation that I told you about last Wednesday. So, we've had the kittens now for 6 days, and we picked them up last Saturday. I told you about how I drank a beer and we went and got kittens. I had no idea what we were getting ourselves into with little bottle feeding babies. Now, they're not totally on formula, they were on slurry. And believe it or not, in the course of the last 6 days, my amazing cat daddy husband has actually gotten these kittens, 2 of them, eating wet food. So he got them to eat wet food as a slurry in a dish and then got them to eat regular wet food. So this is amazing, and a lot has happened in the last 6 days. Here's the thing that is kind of crazy about all of this, and that is I had no idea how much these kittens were going to impact my life and how frazzled I would become. So let's see. I wake up between 4 and 5:30 at the very latest. My alarm is set for 5:30 a.m. because I teach at 7. And my routine is, you can hear them in the background because they're in the room here with me. My routine is I wake up, I meditate in the morning. I have a cup or 2 of coffee, get super duper grounded, and then I teach. And with having the kittens, when I wake up in the morning, what actually happens is they need to be fed. And you can hear Superstar here is with me if you're watching on YouTube. She's my personal favorite, to be honest. Anyway, so waking up, turning the light on to make the coffee, and then immediately getting hit with this sort of sounds that you're hearing right now was frazzling. And basically last week, I taught cold every day. I went into my class and taught my students cold. Not grounded ahead of time, not meditated ahead of time, because that morning period of time is spending that time with the kittens, getting their food together, and then allowing them to walk around, helping them with their bathroom, because they're really little, so like getting them into the litter box and then wiping them up afterwards, because they walk through their own feces, and it's liquid. It's like, wet poo. So just keeping them clean, keeping them safe, keeping them all the things. And it's a lot. It was a lot more than I bargained for. So my mornings turned into kitten time. And I became more and more and more frazzled. Yes, it is eclipse season, 100%. But what I realized is in the mornings, that's when I do most of my work. By the time my husband gets up, I've worked for like 4 hours already. I do all my emailing, my website stuff. That is my time, and all of a sudden it was kitten time. So anyway, it's a little too much. So this afternoon, I was frazzled to a point where my husband was like, I think that maybe it's time to let these guys take them to a different foster. So they're going to leave tomorrow. We've had them 7 days, and in the 7 days, I have learned a lot. So he's amazing. He's in his absolute divine feminine with these kittens. He is so nurturing, so loving, and quite frankly, so happy. And the hardest part about this is sort of like taking that away from him. That is painful for me. And simultaneously, like, they're just, it's a little bit too much because of the disruption of the morning routine. It is a divine timing thing again, right? Because like he put them out that there was an urgent need, and like right away somebody said, hey, they were on board to get the 3 kittens. He put their pictures up and it happened right away. And they're going to go tomorrow. So exactly 7 days. And there's sadness in that, and also relief. Like when this happened, I felt a tremendous amount of relief, and simultaneously like my sadness is around my husband because his experience with them is so positive. But I have to tell you, like, I did laundry maybe like Monday. We were doing so much laundry because these kittens are just the towels on the couch, the towels all over the place, and holding them, and there's food on everything, like wet food on everything, and blah blah blah, and so much laundry. And then the laundry wasn't getting folded because like they take up so much time. So really having a ton of compassion for parents with little ones. Like, I honestly, I don't know how they do it. It is such a full-time job. And then watching all of these like emails and the morning stuff that I normally take care of become the kitten time, like it would just then like weigh in my brain, and it's like eating my insides up inside because it's like I can't get anything done, and it was like not working. So I also don't understand how you are a small business owner and also taking care of 3 kittens. It's just like it was not working. And it's been such a gift to have them for this period of time. Yeah, here. Let me feed her. Hold on one second. Let me get a bottle. Good girl. Yeah, she's having her nummies. I know. Malcolm's down here at my feet, and he would also like some, but he's in the dish now. He doesn't no longer gets the bottle. Superstar here is our little runt, so she gets the bottle because we think that she's developmentally a little bit behind. She also might be a dwarf. I'm actually not sure. Her legs are really little and stubby, and I don't know if it's just because she's... There you go. I don't know if it's because she is a little underdeveloped, or if it's because she's actually has like a little genetic something or other. Her face is different from a kitten's, normal kitten's too. You see? So, of course she is completely the most beloved. And we wanted to keep them. Part of me's like, oh my God, I'll just keep this one. Keep Superstar. But we want to keep them together as a unit because that seems appropriate. She needs to learn from her sisters and stuff. So thankfully, Corey found somebody to take them to tomorrow, another foster parent. And it's just the way it goes. We might be able to keep our eye open for Superstar in the future when they get ready to be adopted out. So they have to be at least 2 pounds, then they get their vet stuff, and then we can maybe find her again. But you know what? It's all in the divine time / divine plan. If this is our future forever cat, she'll come back to us. It's just, this just isn't quite working. And like recognizing like how hard I tried over these 7 days. How hard I tried to make this work, and like getting frazzled to the point like where my husband was seeing that it wasn't working. But then just also noticing how happy he was. He was so happy. He was so happy. So I'm disappointed. Something that kittens really do is put you in present moment awareness. So you are just in the moment. There's nothing else going on. There's no watching your cell phone videos or anything else. It's just about caring for these guys right in the present moment. And that's beautiful. What a gift, you know? Because he likes to be on his phone, and he hasn't been hardly at all. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Change my shirt. This is why we have so much laundry now. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you. This eclipse season has been intense for me. I've been doing a lot of personal releasing, especially around my business stuff, and then like going through the stuff that I'm going through in my business, and also having the kittens at the same time. And the stuff with the business is basically, it's been 6 months of me running my business, and it worked. Folks have been in the container now around 6 months, and the ones that have been in there 6 months have had catastrophic changes, amazing stuff. All sorts of different spiritual gifts have come online, and they're ready to do this work themselves. They're piecing out. It's time for the new students to come in. So that's everything right there. Like, that is exactly what I hoped for. It's what I wanted. It is It is my intention. It is the whole bag right there. And as a small business owner, when you're getting some momentum and all that kind of stuff, this is Lilith. The students are leaving, but like it's what I want. And oh, she's just going to town in the microphone. And deep breath. What is the future? What does this look like? But it's just trusting in the universe and trusting that the next thing will come. I'm actually going to put these guys outside to continue talking to you because they're a little bit too disruptive, and I have a few more things to say. Okay, the kittens are with my husband. Yeah, it's a lot. Again, parents, I do not know how you do this. As far as my business is concerned, my program, Return to Self-Love, has been going gangbusters. It's great. I'm having movement of new students coming in, and what I'm realizing is at the 6-month mark, I'm having older students leave. And while that is what I wanted, that is the intention that I set, and I'm proud of it. God, I'm so proud of the people in the container. The ego, so like my soul is delighted. It's working. It's great. We got this. And then my ego goes, well, who's going to replace that student? How do I make this work? How does the money work? How does all of this end up taking care of itself? How do I create the revenue in order to exist in the world? How do I help pay the mortgage? Like all that stuff comes up for me. And then there is a trusting. I keep returning to the trust. I have trust, I have faith. I have faith in the universe that in divine time, the right people are supposed to be there will come. I'm 6 months in business. I priced my program that I need 20 students in my class. And I have 7 students in my class. So I priced the program where it is creating the revenue I need at 20 bodies in that room, or at least 20 bodies in the container using the class recordings. Like that's the number. And I wanted to price it for accessibility because when I was doing my healing work, a lot of times the reason I'm able to be a teacher, honestly, is because I needed to learn to do this work for myself because I couldn't afford the programs. I couldn't afford the stuff. It was the pandemic. I didn't have a job. My husband thinks all of this energy stuff is nonsense. So like I could only take so much of it. It wasn't like I could only use healers when I could. So I had to learn to do this work for myself. It was a necessity. But in learning how to move energy for myself, I can move energy for other people because I learned how to do it. And then I can teach other people how to move energy for themselves. That is my goal. And what I'm really amazing at is holding space. I can hold a container. I can hold this room of people and the energetic frequency of the entirety of that group. I can hold it so that you can connect to your higher self. You can feel what that feels like. We can get you embodied in doing this stuff. And over time, you're going to get more and more used to it. And I will hold you until you can connect and do it for yourself. Well, when I first started this program, I couldn't say those words to you because I didn't know that's how I was. I didn't know that's what kind of a healer I am. I don't know what's happening. So really, it's a gift in these original students, in these people that have been in there with me from the beginning because I am learning. I don't know what I am. I am in a combination of 250 plus spiritual texts I have read. I am a combination of working with a handful of different energy healers. I am extremely influenced by Eckhart Tolle and by Michael A. Singer. Those are some of the backbones. I'm really influenced by Ram Dass and Pema Chodron. There's like a handful of people that have really stuck in my craw, and like those are teachings that I hold dear. And then a handful of healers that I've worked with over the years. Like these are the things, but my teachings, my everything is from like all of these spiritual texts, and little bits and pieces of each and every one of them have stuck with me. That's how I teach. And it's really about me becoming a clear channel, and I just let spirit speak through me. This is about me showing up for the job and allowing the light to move through me, and they do the work for me. So it's about me staying clear, and then the work happens. And the work that's coming through is dependent upon who is in that room with me and how their energies are bouncing off of each other. And like that dictates what happens. That shares the program. The program is what that is. Oh, man. How do you sell that to somebody? All the words that I just said. I'm an activator. Get in a room with me, hang out with me, and spend time with me. There will be parts of that experience where you don't like me very much, because I will make you look at your shadow. That will get reflected back at you. And I am not nice, but I am kind. And you can do all of that. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. In 30 minutes every morning in my program, Return to Self-Love. There is a song that I've been listening to ad nauseum this week, and it's called Available. And I believe the group that does it is called Elevation Worship. I will link it in the show notes so that you can listen to it if you'd like. I've listened to this song 50 plus times in the last 5 days. The lyrics in the song are that I will come when you call, I am available. And use me as you want to, God. And that is the message that I feel like that is all I can hear right now. Because that is my truth. My truth is that I am the conduit. My truth is to show up, clearing my own ego and my own stuff out of the way so that spirit can work through me. This isn't about me. I am a vessel. I am a conduit to bring the light through. And the whole weirdness of 3D capitalism, pay the mortgage. All of that is so secondary. What I need to do is just show up, be clear, do the work. And the universe will take care of me. I have seen this happen over and over and over again, but the business isn't at a number yet that it is taking care of itself and paying for itself in this way quite yet. But I believe that it will. I do. I have absolute faith that it will. So the business aspect of it is so weird. Because I'll go back to the words, use me as you want to, God. I am available. I answer the call. Something I always laugh about is I do what I'm told. Go over here, do this, say this, bring this through, speak this, lay your hands on this. Yeah. It is what I asked for. I was in so much pain most of my life that to get to a point where I have peace in my heart and freedom in my body, I want to help others experience that too, because life is happening for us. It is a gift. But this isn't me. I'm not doing this. This isn't Frida. It's not egoic Frida. What does Frida want? This is getting real quiet, staying in the present moment, and going to the place where I'm going and doing the thing that I'm doing. And when I'm following my joy and following my happiness and the things that light me up, people fall into my path and will come into the program and all of the different things. It will all align and happen as it should. And that being said, if you're listening to me, you're part of it. You can push the little like button. You can write a comment. You can subscribe. You can follow. You can do those things because you can help the numbers make sense so that more people can find me and see me. That would be really helpful. I'm ready. I wasn't ready, but now I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to answer the call on a wider scale and help more people. And I can. In moving through this process, I wasn't sure. But I can do it, and I know that now. Yeah. And answering the call. I am available. Yeah. All right, my friends, I hope you really enjoyed today's class recording. It is a cord cutting. So we do a really powerful, massive cord cutting with one individual limiting belief or situation. And then after that, we move into the apple corer. And that's something that I like to use for small interactions. But today we're in the meditation, we're using it for triggers. So it's eclipse season. People are in their feels. All the triggers are getting triggered. So any triggers that can come up, we're going to use the apple corer to clear them. So if you have the ability to sit back and enjoy the next 30-minute meditation, it's quite powerful and you're going to get some good movement here. The way that I teach meditation is I love it if you could sit in a chair or a sofa. I want your feet flat on the floor. We open up the bottoms of our feet. We drop roots. I want your spine in alignment. So your spine straightish, straight up and down, because that energy is going to move down from the crown of your head down through the bottom of your pelvic floor. So get in a line. Now, master meditators, if you've been up to this for a really long time, go ahead, sit crisscross applesauce, lay your butt on the bed, lay down, whatever for you. But really, when you are learning these practices, sitting up straightish in a chair, on the sofa, that kind of positioning is really going to aid and assist in moving energy. And the other thing, when you're done doing the healing work, I want you to chug a glass of water. Throw 8 ounces of water down your body into your tummy, because that water is going to help move this energy. Our bodies are made of water. Energy moves with water. Hydrate yourself, please. That is going to aid and assist in this process for you. Yeah. All right, my dears. Enjoy. Here we go.
All right, guys, you know what to do. Let's rub our hands together. Woo, la la la. Generate that heat. Feel that heat between the palms of your hands. And start pulling your hands apart. Feel that crackling electricity. You know, I've been noticing this week that the energy feels different. Sometimes it's like crackling lightning between the palms of my hands, and sometimes it's a little sluggish and slower moving energy. So just noticing, I say words, but what does that feel like for you? How does it feel this morning? Since we do this 5 days a week, does it change? Because I've been noticing that it feels different each day sometimes. And then just imagine the great central sun between the palms of your hands. White hot lemon yellow, ball of the great central sun, bright orange. And we're going to take this and burst it out into our auric field now. Just cleaning and clearing as it goes. Sitting up straightish, or whatever feels comfortable for you this morning. With your feet flat on the ground. or using your imagination to place your feet flat on the ground, we're going to imagine opening up the bottoms of each of our feet. So open up the bottom of your left foot and open up the bottom of your right foot. And we're going to send 500 energetic tree roots of light down through the left and then the right foot. Down, in, deep, far, and wide, 1,000 energetic tree roots of light in total. And as those roots meet the core center of true earth, we're going to go ahead, connect to the center of the earth, and then feel that rich, high vibrational, nourishing energy coming up those roots. And just imagine it however you can feel it, you can see it, you can sense it. Maybe you see pictures in your mind's eye. And have the energy come up those roots and into the bottoms of your feet. Feel it rolling over the ankles and moving up through the legs, the knees, through the legs and the thighs. Moving into your reproductive organs, the pelvic floor, and into your root chakra. And let's imagine spinning that root chakra open, spinning it wide open. And we're going to drop our energetic grounding cord down to the center of the earth, just shooting it right on down, making that connection instantaneously and feeling that rich, high vibrational, nourishing energy begin to rise up that cord. Pulling that energy up, up, up. Up into your pelvic floor, your reproductive organs. Feeling that energy zipping back and forth, moving into the spaces of your hip sockets, flowing down through the thighs, through the legs, through the knees, calves, shins, ankles, feet, and down into those energetic roots we have established. Anchoring you into the earth from the north to the south, from the west to the east, anchoring you in as if you are this gigantic sequoia tree or a gigantic tree of your choosing, a big redwood, whatever tree you like, but some tree that stands so tall that the top of your tree just goes up, up, up into the sky. And your roots go that deep and that far and that wide underground to the center of the earth, connecting you to her. And let's feel our bodies this morning by taking 3 deep breaths, feeling into these roots, noticing if the grounding practice has made you feel different, just pulling all your attention and energy into the center of the earth, into those roots, down your body, pulling that energy in as you breathe. As we're sitting in this deeply rooted place where it is just the lower part of our bodies in the earth, I'm going to ask you to set an intention. Since we're seeing the intentions that we set previously earlier in this year come to pass now, what is your new intention? What do you desire your life to be like moving forward? because it is about this group, I'm going to speak my intention out loud. And my intention is God, use me in a way that helps this container, and God, use me in a way that delights my mind, body, and spirit. I want this work to be fun. I want it to be easy. I want it to have flow. And I want it to help the most amount of people possible. But I would just ask God work through me. There isn't a whole lot of freedom when I sit here with you. So set that intention. And let's open up the crowns of our heads. And we're going to go backwards this morning. We're going to clear the chakra system backwards. So we're going to pull the energy from the core center of our earth up through our bodies, up to source energy, and then back down through. We often go the opposite way. But today we're going to let ourselves be heavy with the earth energy because we want to be grounded today. So let's pull that earth energy up through our bodies, up to source, down through our bodies, down to the center of the earth. Pull that energy up through our bodies, up to source, and down through our bodies, down to the center of the earth. Every chakra is spinning correctly in correct alignment, spinning out anything and anyone that doesn't serve our highest good. I'm just going to sit in that density today. Feeling compelled to do a cord cutting today on a specific person or a specific situation. We're not going to do a collective, we're going to do a specific. So, knowing that we're doing this cord cutting, who comes to mind for you? Who do you need to cut a cord with? Or a situation that you need to cut a cord with? How about a limiting belief? Do you have a limiting belief that you need to cut a cord with? Let's bring that up. What comes to your mind first? Pulling that into conscious awareness. Where is it on your body? Find it. Allow that cord to just form. And what does it look like? Is it like a rope? Is it a tree trunk? Is it a skinny little thread? Maybe it's like a seaweedy covered, nasty under the sea thing. What is the rope? Maybe it's a tree trunk. Anything that you envision or that you sense is right for you. And the way that you feel that cord coming off your body it's interesting. There's information in that. There's information about the connection, the way that cord shows up. So I would ask your intuitive nudge because each of you have your own intuitive Bible of what things mean for you in your own head. So if it's a rope, what does that mean? If it's a tree root, a gnarled, nasty thing, what does that mean? So pulling this cord up, and we're going to just place all of the sensations, the feelings, put it all in the cord. Feel them as they're going in. Ugh, and it could be very uncomfortable. Feel it. If it's a limiting belief, where does it hold you back? If it's a person, did they put shit on you that you just want to throw into the cord that because just put all of the voices, everything they've ever said that hurt, everything that held you back, any voices that are sticking around in your field that tells you you're not good enough, etc., etc. If it's a situation, All of the ways that that situation holds you back, throw them into the cord. All right, and we're calling in our two besties, Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron. We love these guys and they love us. They love to work with us. 6 months going strong. Archangel Michael on our left, Archangel Metatron on our right, standing with each and every one of you with those big old swords of truth. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to clean the cord. So notice what color again it is for you. Also information. What is that color? Just information about the connection. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to blow it clean. You can help. You can blow it clean. We're going to blow it 3 times. If it would be empowering for you to blow it as well, do. Here we go. That color is beginning to change. Another one. One more. We're taking that cord and we're turning it to bright white. Just going to go ahead and fill that cord with beautiful angelic light. Just going in there and allowing for a healing around forgiveness, some self-forgiveness from forgiveness of others, forgiveness of a situation where you might have been holding yourself back, or forgiveness around any limiting beliefs. All right, and we're going to just have Archangel Michael and Archangel Metatron are going to cut this cord now. Returning everybody else's energy to themselves with love, just detaching that cord. It is no longer connected to you. Any element of it that was connected to your own body dissipates into dust and falls down to the earth where it is recycled for the highest good of all. Any cord on their side just retracts to them. It retracts to the situation. It retracts to this nonsense limiting belief. Let's place our hands on our heart and do 3 belly breaths. So when you breathe in, your belly goes out. When you breathe out, your belly goes in. Just integrate. I'm hearing the words, to thine own self be true. Who said that? It's definitely a quote. To thine own self be true. I'm going to remind each of you to honor the pause at this moment in time, honoring the pause of the moment. There's a lot of energy swirling around. And just from listening to my intuitive astrology with Molly McCord, triggers and so forth are really up, activated, and zipping around. And we're going to do a trigger cord cutting, like a little, and we'll use the apple corer method. just to sort of send us into the weekend with a little bit less anything that we can clear right now, anything that we can cut right now. So, pulling any triggers that are up in this collective moment of eclipse season, pulling those triggers up to the surface. They might ring you 360, they might be all located in one place. You don't need to know what they are. We're just sort of pulling those triggers up to the surface. And I usually see these as like wispy little threads. But however they look for you, that's right for you. To thine own self be true. Get those cords pulled up. All those triggers. Anything that we can cut at this time. Welcoming the annoyed feelings into the space, welcoming the emotion. When we feel it, it's easier to grab it. So, welcoming it in. It won't be here for long. All right. And as we have all of these threads, all these triggers, anything that is up at this moment that we can get to, we're just going to pull we're going to use the apple corer method. So we're just going to have that apple corer right above the tops of our heads. And that is just infused with the divine light of source energy. And we're just going to take that 360 cutting device and send it straight down over the tops of our heads, down through our feet, down to the center of the earth, just whoop, cleanly cutting all these little wispy cords connected to your body. The sides that were connected to you just fall and dissipate down into the earth. The sides that were connected to a situation, other person, whatever that trigger was, just allowing those to fall away, fall away. Knowing that everything is cut completely in one fell swoop. Reminding you that each and every one of you have access to using these tools at any time on your own. When you go in the portal, in the energetic hygiene section, it's like energy basics. I have both of the cord cutting and the apple corer methods are there for you. You can use my voice to guide you through them until you can do it on your own. You can always return to this meditation as well, or we do this often in meditations, but return to using my voice until you can do it on your own. I had a teacher whose meditation I listened to for, God, 3, 4, 5 months. Every morning I meditated with her for 30 minutes, same meditation, the sound of her voice, until I could do it on my own. Honoring each of you in this space, honoring each of you in exactly where you're at and exactly what you're going through. Letting you know that the portal exists and all of those videos are in there for you to use over the weekend at any time when you need extra assistance. Letting you know that I have services on my website. You can do 30 minutes with me, you can do an hour with me, private sessions, there's mentorship, there's all sorts of stuff on that website. Um, and letting you know that I have a podcast. We're at like 68 episodes at this point. But Wednesdays I release healing episodes, and Mondays I release chit chat episodes with a guest. And at any point, if you want to be on the podcast and talk about something, I would welcome you. Because we're always happy to bring empowered voices to the space. All right, my dears. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Thank you for showing up for yourselves and thank you for showing up to be here and trusting me in this space. And I hope that you have a really, really great weekend. And remember that the energetic frequencies are a little wackadoo right now. So if you do, I'm like, I don't feel like myself, like remember that it's okay. Just be kind and compassionate to you. We're going to go back to that self-love. Be kind to yourself as you move through everything you're moving through at this time. Yeah. And remember, grounding, grounding, grounding. All right, guys, I love you so much. I'll see you Monday.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that powerful meditation and clearing. I hope that you can feel those cords being cut. I'd love for you to notice the way things were with the person or the situation or the limiting belief, whatever you use to cut that cord. I'd love you to sink into what was it like and then feel moving forward what happens for you. Notice. We have a tendency to forget because the new reality becomes the new reality. We forget the way that things were. So if you're a journaler, write down the before and then moving forward, the after. What is it like to cut this cord? How is that affecting you in your life? Friends, I'd love to send you over to fridahealing.com. Go check out my website. On there, you're going to find out all the sorts of information about my program, Return to Self-Love. You can sign up for a free week. You can see all the other fun things that I do. You can see some of my pet portraiture and illustration work. You can check out my private sessions. I do 30-minute sessions and I do 1-hour sessions. I also am offering a mentorship program, so that is on there as well. My beloved marketing teacher told me that I should have a low price, medium price, and high priced offering, and then run a freebie. Well, my freebie is this podcast that you're listening to right here. My low-priced offering is my healing school, Return to Self-Love. My medium-priced offerings are my private sessions, and my high-priced item is a mentorship. If you want me in your back pocket for 3 months at a time, that's how you're going to get it. Okay, my dears, I wanted to tell you that I love you. God, Universe, Source loves you. And I hope you have a wonderful day.